beyond the gentleman's battlefield, defining ungentlemanly warfare. Warfare, a realm often perceived through the lens of honor, chivalry, and battlefield confrontations. Yet, history whispers of a darker side, a world where the lines blur and the rules of engagement shatter. This is the realm of ungentlemanly warfare, a shadowy domain of espionage, sabotage, and clandestine operations, where the enemy is fought not on open battlefields, but in the murky depths of secrecy and deception. It is a world where the conventional warrior's code of conduct is abandoned, replaced by a ruthless pragmatism driven by necessity and a single-minded pursuit of victory, no matter the cost. From the ancient Spartans employing subterfuge at Troy to the ninja assassins of feudal Japan, the concept of ungentlemanly warfare has existed for as long as conflict itself. However, it was during the crucible of the Second World War that this shadowy form of combat truly came into its own. The cataclysmic clash between nations desperate for any advantage birthed organizations like Britain's Special Operations Executive, SOE, and the American Office of Strategic Services, OSS, precursors to modern Special Forces units. Tasked with fighting a new kind of war, these organizations embraced unconventional tactics, venturing behind enemy lines to sow chaos, disrupt supply lines, and undermine the enemy from within. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, both the title of a recent film and a nickname for Churchill's clandestine band of warriors, encapsulates the essence of this approach to conflict. It speaks to a world where traditional military might take a backseat to cunning, innovation, and a willingness to operate outside the accepted norms of warfare. The film, a thrilling tapestry woven from history and imagination, offers a glimpse into this clandestine world, bringing to life the daring exploits and moral complexities faced by those who fought in the shadows. It is a world where the lines between right and wrong, hero and villain, become blurred in the pursuit of a greater good. Churchill's Shadow Warriors, Birth of the Ministry. The year is 1939. The Nazi war machine, a juggernaut of steel and ruthlessness, has plunged Europe into chaos. Faced with the very real threat of Nazi domination, Winston Churchill, the newly appointed Prime Minister of Great Britain, makes a bold and unconventional decision. He understands that traditional military might alone will not be enough to defeat Hitler's forces. What is needed is a different breed of warrior, one who operates outside the traditional rules of engagement. Thus, in the darkest hours of the war, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is born, conceived as a last-ditch effort to level the playing field and strike at the heart of the enemy. Tasked with developing and executing unconventional warfare strategies, the ministry becomes a magnet for individuals with unique skills and a thirst for adventure. These are not your typical soldiers. They are rogues, academics, spies, and daredevils, united by their unwavering commitment to defeating Nazi tyranny. They are masters of disguise, experts in sabotage, and fluent in the art of deception. Their missions are as daring as they are dangerous, requiring them to operate deep behind enemy lines, often with little to no support. The film, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, captures the spirit of this clandestine organization, portraying the recruitment and training of these unconventional warriors with a mix of historical accuracy and cinematic flair. We see glimpses of Churchill's own hand in shaping this secret army, his unwavering belief in their mission evident in every interaction. The film highlights the high stakes involved in these operations, the constant threat of capture, and the knowledge that their actions, if successful, will likely never be celebrated in the public eye. Fact and fiction, the real-life inspiration behind the characters. While the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare takes creative liberties in weaving its narrative, its characters are deeply rooted in the real-life figures who operated within the shadowy world of wartime espionage. Each character, though fictionalized, embodies the spirit, skills, and unwavering commitment of their real-life counterparts. Understanding the historical figures who inspired these cinematic portrayals adds a layer of depth and authenticity to the film's narrative. One of the most compelling aspects of the film is its exploration of the complex relationship between its two lead characters. While their fictional names might be different, their personalities and expertise directly mirror those of two real-life figures who were instrumental in shaping the course of the war. Sir Colin Gubbins, the head of SOE, and James Bond creator Ian Fleming, who served in naval intelligence. The film captures the clash of styles between these two brilliant yet very different men. Gubbins, a decorated soldier, represents the traditional military mindset, while Fleming, a former journalist with a penchant for the unorthodox, brings a fresh perspective to the world of espionage. The film cleverly uses this dynamic to highlight the evolving nature of warfare itself. In a world where traditional battle lines are becoming increasingly blurred, the old rules no longer apply. The film underscores the importance of adaptability, creativity, and a willingness to embrace unconventional tactics in order to gain an advantage over a ruthless enemy. Through the interplay between its characters, the film suggests that it is often the most unlikely of heroes, those who operate in the shadows, who ultimately make the greatest impact on the course of history. Section 4. Sabotage and Subterfuge, when history mirrors the silver screen. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare doesn't shy away from depicting the daring raids and sabotage missions that defined this era of unconventional warfare. One particular scene, where a team of operatives infiltrates a heavily guarded Nazi facility to sabotage a V-2 rocket program, echoes the real-life Operation Gunnicide. This audacious mission, carried out in Nazi-occupied Norway in 1943, targeted a heavy water plant crucial for the German nuclear weapons program. The film meticulously recreates the tension and suspense of this daring raid, highlighting the meticulous planning, technical expertise, and sheer courage required for its success. Just like in the film, the real-life operation involved a small team of SOE operatives parachuting into enemy territory, navigating treacherous terrain, and relying on their ingenuity and local resistance fighters to achieve their objective. The successful sabotage of the heavy water plant, a major setback for the Nazi nuclear program, stands as a testament to the impact of such daring and unconventional operations. The film also delves into the psychological warfare employed by both sides. One scene portrays the distribution of counterfeit newspapers filled with demoralizing propaganda among German troops. This tactic, employed extensively during the war, aimed to erode enemy morale and sow seeds of doubt within their ranks. The British, in particular, excelled in this form of subversive warfare, utilizing their expertise in forgery and propaganda to disseminate misinformation and undermine the Nazi war effort from within. Section 5. The Butcher of Prague, Echoes of Reinhard Heydrich. No exploration of ungentlemanly warfare would be complete without acknowledging the dark side of this shadowy realm. The film doesn't shy away from portraying the brutality of the Nazi regime, particularly through the character of General Reinhard Heydrich, the chief architect of the Holocaust and a key figure in the Nazi security apparatus. Heydrich, known as the Butcher of Prague, embodies the ruthlessness and barbarity of the Nazi regime. The film accurately depicts Heydrich's assassination in 1942, a daring operation carried out by Czech and Slovak soldiers trained by the SOE. This pivotal event, a major propaganda victory for the Allies, demonstrated the vulnerability of the Nazi leadership and served as a powerful symbol of resistance against Nazi tyranny. The film's portrayal of Heydrich's assassination, while dramatized, captures the essence of this pivotal event and its impact on the course of the war. The inclusion of Heydrich's assassination in the film serves as a stark reminder of the high stakes involved in this clandestine war. It highlights the moral complexities faced by those tasked with fighting a ruthless enemy, forcing viewers to confront the ethical dilemmas inherent in such a conflict. The film doesn't shy away from these difficult questions. Instead, it embraces them, prompting viewers to consider the justifications and consequences of operating outside the traditional rules of war.